Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, did you hear Roy Williams drop the S-bomb on national TV last night?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. Really? I was asleep. He actually said schnizzle?
Oh, you got that now, huh? You hip. You bad now, aren't you?
Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Wilbon and I yap all about Carmelo's big night. Roy's out first, and Jim Boeheim joins us for 5 good minutes. We start, obviously, with the college basketball championship. Mike, you were in New Orleans. You saw Syracuse, paced by 2 freshmen, have a spectacular first half and hang on to win at the end. And so I quote to you from your brother Don's email, quote, "Please tell these guys so much for senior leadership," unquote. Was it really about the lack of senior leadership, or was it about foul shots?
Let me just say to Don, he and I have had our arguments for 30-plus years now, enough of his emails. Of course you want senior leadership, but seniors can't afford to miss free throws, and that's what one of those seniors did. He missed. You cannot go, as great a tournament as he had, Tony, you cannot go 3 for 10 and miss 6 straight free throws in the second half of a championship game.
Nick Collison had a tournament the equal of Carmelo Anthony's.
No, he didn't.
It was that good.
No,
but he didn't win at the end. Now, they were 12 for 30 as a team from the free throw line. They lose the game by 3 points. Even if they shoot badly, like just under 60%, they still win the game. It's horrific. 12 for 30. Having said that, it was a very, very good game. It wasn't just Carmelo Anthony. I know you love him. Jerry McNamara came out, hit his first 5 three-pointers.
6 for 8 in the first half.
Yeah.
Nick Collison has the best pair of hands in college basketball since Chris Webber.
Since Webber.
He boards it. He's got great touch around the basket.
19 and 21.
He's a better player than I ever gave him credit for, and I needed to see him in person all weekend, which I did. He did not have the tournament of Carmelo Anthony.
That's close.
No, it wasn't close.
The numbers, not the Final Four. Carmelo Anthony had a better Final Four.
When Jerry McNamara didn't bring the ball up late in the game, and I know you were sound asleep by this time.
Very much so.
See, the freshman Carmelo Anthony was bringing it up. And guess what Kansas, with its pressure defense, did? It backed up. Because they're not pressing him.
Carmelo Anthony looks like Scottie Pippen, doesn't he?
He does.
He plays the game like Scottie Pippen.
All right, as far as I'm concerned, while we're on this subject, the star of this tournament, the story of this tournament, is Carmelo Anthony. Because he led his team to a championship as a freshman, and because he decided to put off his NBA career for at least 1 year to go to college in the first place. Tony, he's the first freshman, at least in modern times, to lead his team to a championship. Folks are now asking if he's the best freshman to ever play college ball. You want to address that?
Let me say I'm real happy for Jim Boeheim. I know you're real happy for Jim Boeheim.
Yes, I
think Carmelo Anthony is a great player. Do I think he's the best freshman of all time? I have a little trouble with that. But let me start with a qualifier. If you're going to talk about first year in, because a lot of great players weren't allowed to play as freshmen, Lou Alcindor was the greatest first-year-in player of all time.
I think I know who number 2 is.
Pete Maravich, or you could go to Bill Walton, or go to David Thompson, or Will Chamberlain, guys like that. Now, as a pure freshman, Dick Vitale said he's the best freshman ever in the history of the Big East. I think I'd lean to Patrick Ewing. I'd lean to Ewing.
He might not even be the best freshman in the history of Syracuse basketball.
Pearl Washington.
And Pearl Washington did not get to the Final Four. But let me say
what about your Chicago boy?
Mark Aguirre, led. Because he didn't have Purvis Ellison won a national championship with Milt Wagner and Billy Thompson, and there were other great freshmen who, Isaiah Thomas, a great freshman, but he had other players with him. Mark Aguirre was the best player on that team, and they got to the Final Four, lost Larry Bird by a bucket.
I would put Chris Webber's name in there.
Yep.
The Fab Five goes to the final game when they're all freshmen, and Webber was the best among them.
And went twice, which was amazing.
Yeah. Many of you probably saw Bonnie Bernstein's interview with Roy Williams a few minutes after the game last night. The controversial part, apparently, is that Bernstein asked Roy Williams to address his, quote, level of interest, unquote, in the North Carolina job. And then after he sidestepped that question, she followed by asking, well, if they offered you the job right now, would you take it? At which point Williams, in a very measured way, actually, dropped the S-bomb. Very uncharacteristic for him. Mike, was Bonnie Bernstein out of line?
I have baggage here. I'm really good friends with Bonnie Bernstein. I thought she was doing her job. She knew she had to ask that question. And Roy has said subsequently he knew she had to ask that question, as he said to us. Yeah. We had to ask him. We had him on last week. Now, I don't really want to get into second guessing here because it's a hard job on the sideline. I would never have it for $1 million, and I love money. But the follow-up question, I thought maybe she could have done without. I am clearly second-guessing. It's live TV, and she does that job incredibly well. The follow-up made people screaming.
Stop puffing her for a second. We do this for a living. We ask people questions for a living. I think there's a difference between badgering. I think a lot of people thought Jim Gray badgered Pete Rose.
This was not a Jim Gray situation.
This was not badgering.
No.
This was, I believe, a legitimate follow-up, a legitimate question. First she did the general, then she did the specific. I believe that if we had a chance to talk to Roy Williams, we would have had to ask him the same question. And I think people want to know, and they still want to know.
But you have to have empathy for Roy Williams. He is hurting at that time, and I don't blame him for his reaction.
No.
And about the nicest and most decent coach I've ever met in any business. He really is.
He handled that well.
And he never swears, ever.
When he swore, it seemed like he knew exactly what he was saying, and it was aimed not at Bonnie Bernstein.
CBS, not at Bonnie Bernstein, is my bet.
Or maybe aimed at Carolina.
Tony, you and I... Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh. You and I know Pat Summitt a little, and we like her a lot. She's one of the great coaches, male or female, in college basketball. Tonight, her Tennessee team plays UConn, led by another great coach, Gino Auriemma, who yesterday called Tennessee the evil empire and likened Summitt to George Steinbrenner overseeing the Yankees. Tony, what do you make of that? And what's going to happen tonight when they meet for the national championship again in Atlanta?
Gino Auriemma gets under her skin. He wants to get under her skin and get under other people's skin, and he succeeds, because she said the other day, I'm not going to say anything because if I did, my 80-year-old father would beat me with a tobacco stick. You know he's under her skin.
Let's provide some context. He's under her skin because while Pat Summitt has won twice as many championships as Auriemma, 6-3.
He's beaten her.
All 3 times he's beaten Tennessee in the Final Four.
Here's his
that's
record.
Why he gets under her skin right now.
In the last 5 years, you want to take a shot? 172-10.
Well, he's won 70 in a row.
He's got the best player in women's basketball that I have ever seen, Deanna Taurasi. She is fabulous. She looks,
but I've never seen. I'm still going with Cheryl Miller. I'm going to go with her
next. She looks at the court like a guy. She throws passes like a guy.
Who's going to win the game?
Like a guy. Oh, I think UConn's going to win the game.
We're going to differ because I got Tennessee winning this game.
Because you love Pat Summitt.
I think this is a crusade for them, and we know Pat Summitt's a great coach.
Yes.
If you ever needed extra bulletin board material, I believe she has it.
She's a great coach. He's not chopped liver.
He's a great coach, too.
Martha Burke found out today that a Georgia court would not allow her and her protesters to set up shop right in front of the gates to Augusta National as she had hoped. Instead, she'll be about a half-mile away from the main gate. In response, your girl said, quote, party revelers are taking precedence over legitimate protesters, unquote. Now, Mike, I didn't know a golf tournament was actually designed to accommodate legitimate protesters. How stupid of me. Do you think the Martha Burke whirlwind has spun itself out?
Dissipated tornado. Yes, I think it has.
And downgraded to a tropical storm?
Absolutely.
Or just a depression?
Just a
tropical depression.
Tropical depression.
A TD, as we like to say.
And part of the problem is the news cycle in this country. We examine everything to death, and it started too early. And if they could have done this again, Martha Burke should have started about a week and a half ago, and this would be building, building, building. You know what? The things in the world, war and other events have just overtaken this, Tony.
The war has completely overshadowed
this one Klansman makes it comical.
The Klan trivializes it.
Absolutely.
And there's one other thing, too. God bless athletes. They never get involved, do they? Nobody comes out. The only athletes say is, oh, come on, I just want to play golf. We're tired of this. And they don't take a stand on something that is indeed an important issue. You may be sick of Martha Burke now, but her issue is a legitimate issue.
I'm not sick of her. I like the fact that she continues to agitate.
She's your girl.
You turned on her. You had her Don Larson. Now you got to be a Wild Thing Mitch Williams.
We're taking a break.
You turned on her.
But when we come back over the bullpen, we'll bring on Jim Boeheim for about the 3rd time in the last 2 weeks. Gosh, I wonder what we're going to talk to this guy about today.
You going to talk to Jimmy about golf?
Could be.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
This spring,
Brad, you live in Malibu. You're not a rapper.
The only way to change him
This is my sizzle, the Rizzo.
is to
Scare the black at him.
Don't be hating.
What's that?
Please don't be hating.
Shut up, stupid.
Jamie Kennedy, Taye Diggs, Anthony Anderson.
I'm Malibu's most wanted, y'all. Oh my God!
Malibu's Most Wanted. Rated PG-13. Starts April 18th.
Well, it's really good.
You were so cute when you met my dad for the first time.
Oh, he's real big. He's like 6'6", and he's got a beard. He looks like Abe Lincoln.
Oh, dear.
I need to go to the men's room. You want to come with me?
Sure.
Your hair looks great tonight.
Thanks, just got it done.
Did you bring a comb?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's shampoo? Try new Suave for Men Deep Cleaning Shampoo. Get your hair just as clean as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
Hey, guys, meet the new guy. Hey.
Hi, I'm Bob Holtkamp.
Hey, help yourself to some snacks.
Speaking of which, you know what would taste good about now?
Yeah, a big, hot and juicy cheeseburger.
With everything.
I can almost taste it.
Telling me, if there were a place to get a hamburger that good this late, I'd not only drive, I'd buy.
Really?
Wendy's classic hamburgers are made fresh, so they're always hot and juicy, so you can eat great even late.
You must be the new guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Tonight, it's the NCAA Women's Championship game. At 7:30, the pregame special with highlights, previews, and analysis from our team in Atlanta. At 8:30, it's tip-off time as UConn, fresh off Diana Taurasi's big comeback against Texas, meet their perennial rival, the Lady Vols, led by Gwen Jackson. The NCAA Women's Championship game and preview show tonight on ESPN.
We're going to spend the next 5 good minutes enjoying our weekly visit with Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim. So, Jim, what's new this week? Is there anything going on in your life that I might have missed by falling asleep?
When do you start getting paid for being on the show? Is there a certain number of appearances, or is it what?
That's exactly right.
I knew you'd be asleep.
Yeah, but the first half, you looked great in the first half while I was awake. Looked great.
Well, you shouldn't have gone to sleep because we couldn't do it without you in the second half. We had to hang out. We were like hanging out and scraping the blackboard there, you know, just barely. But, you know, you got to give it to Kansas. Great team, great character. If any team shoots 10 for 13 against you from the 3 in the first half, usually that's enough. Usually they're going to say, okay, we can't beat this team. Kansas didn't do that. You have to give Roy Williams, Nick Collison, and Kurt Heinrich unbelievable credit. The way we played the first half, I didn't think anybody could come back, and they did.
All right, Jim, we have to give you some credit because quietly before the game, you told your team, if we need to foul, we're going to foul these particular guys. They haven't been shooting free throws. Take us through that a little bit, why you made that decision and how confident you were they would miss at the foul line.
Well, we knew that Graves was a 38% free throw shooter. As the game unfolded, Collison was just struggling. He didn't look comfortable at the line. So we just told everybody, if they're getting near the basket, we've got to foul them. We can't let them have layups. And they're the first team all year that just pounded us on the boards. The only category they won was rebounding, but it was by 26. And that was the difference, why they could stay in the game. They just hurt us inside. But we tried to foul them. And, you know, fortunately for us, they missed some. And, you know, that's part of the game. That's part of basketball.
Now that you've won a national championship, people will assume that you are a great coach and something happened overnight. Do you feel any smarter now than 48 hours ago?
Well, you know, now that I'm on your show, I definitely know I'm not smarter. But, it's a great feeling. You know, I said all along I want to win this thing, but I was really happy to watch our players. I've seen our players twice in the locker room in Final Four after losses. It's not pretty. And how happy they were, how happy our fans were. It's just a great feeling. And I was having some flashbacks. That jump shot from the corner, Hakeem Warwick made an unbelievable play because that was about the same spot on the other end where Keith Smart made that shot in '87. The first phone call I got was Derek Coleman saying, "Coach, some of the ghosts are gone." And, of course, Ronnie Cycli was there, and he said the same thing. So I was glad for all the guys that have been part of this thing and all the coaches and all the players for us to finally get that first one for all those guys.
Jim, we always talk about Carmelo Anthony, your fabulous freshman. Let's talk for a second about Jerry McNamara and you basically telling him he better shoot the ball Monday night before that game. I mean, a lot of us, because of Carmelo, didn't realize how good Jerry McNamara is.
Well, he's good. He's kind of kept himself in the shadows. He hits key shots, but he hasn't really tried to take over many games, and he tried to do that in the first half last night. And he was tremendous. He did that in the state high school championship game, semifinal game, and he's capable of doing it. And we really needed our offense. We struggled offensively in the first 4 games of the tournament, but we got down in Texas, whoever we were down. We weren't in Texas, but wherever we were, Louisiana, and we just started playing offense against Texas. Well, it's the same.
It's the same general area. It's the same time zone, Jim.
Well, I meant it was against Texas, and you know we found our that's a Kornheiser move. We were against the. We got our offense going, then we really got it going the first half against Kansas, and we couldn't have won either game without great offense because both those teams are going to score some points on you. But we got back in transition. We saw what they did to Marquette. That scared us into getting back, and we did everything right except we just didn't rebound quite as well as we needed to, but everything else we did well.
Jim, I've asked you for 15 years for a column in the Washington Post to pick the winner in this tournament. This is the first year you hedged. I want to know when you thought, at what point in the season you thought that you actually had a team that could win this thing.
I think when we won at Michigan State, I thought they were coming on, and they turned out to be a great team. When we won that road game at Michigan State, I said, you know, if we can play at this level, we have a chance. And obviously, we got a little break in the draw going to Boston, which really isn't that much of a break, but going to Albany. And, you know, we played pretty well there, but we didn't play great. So going to New Orleans, I still had some doubts about us, but our offense really stepped up. And to have 2 freshmen go into the Final Four, and you know, one freshman goes for what, 53, and the other one gets 18 in the first half of the national championship game. These aren't freshmen that are like contributing. These are freshmen that are carrying the load. And of course, our other guys, our bench picked up, and Josh Pace and Billy Edlin. Jeremy McNeil coming off the bench. That was a big reason why we were successful. I told the team in the locker room, without Josh Pace, we wouldn't even have been playing in the national championship.
You guys played great. You guys played great. Thank you,
Congratulations, Jim.
Jim Boeheim, the king of college basketball, boys and girls. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll talk about Tiger's chances to win his 3rd straight Masters title.
And counting. The 210 horsepower supercharged Nissan Xterra. For over 60 years, Owens Corning has been advancing the science of insulation, roofing, siding, sound control, and more. And everything we've learned, we've put into one very special place, your home. Owens Corning, innovations for living.
Hello there. Just getting in the right frame of mind to lay the smack down on Wilbon. Let's get the first one from our producer over the loudspeaker.
Toss up, who you got in the Masters, Tiger or the field?
I got the field. Do I think Tiger's going to win? Yeah, probably. But you're giving me at least 40 guys who can win this thing. The last 2 years, Tiger has won 3 of the 8 majors. The field has won 5. And the last 2 guys to be in this position, Nick Faldo and Jack Nicklaus, great players, couldn't win the 3rd.
If we were talking about the PGA or the British Open or the U.S. Open, I'd take the field too. But here's who's won the last 2 Masters, Tiger.
I know.
Here's who's going to win this year's Masters, Tiger. See, Tiger, this thing was built for Tiger, and he's built for this. And while I don't believe, when you hear even Jack Nicklaus and people talk about guys being intimidated and they're afraid and they back down, The Masters is where that all happens, and they're going down.
I don't disagree. I just think if you get the field bet, you got to take the field bet.
Normally, I'd agree.
What's next?
Toss-up, better job for Jordan. Carolina coach or Bulls general manager?
It's very easy. It has to be the GM of the Bulls. Michael Jordan would be a disaster as a coach because, as you know, he has no patience.
That's right.
He would look at the players and he would say, why aren't the players better? So I think he'd be better off as a GM.
Well, of course, that's what he wants to do. That's what he's essentially done here. While that may not be the title, he at least now for 2 full years has immersed himself in dealing and scouting and salaries and trying to structure an organization. Coaching that team, coaching that school, he wouldn't be interested in that at all.
Plus, the Bulls have a reasonably good young core of players.
They do.
He would only have to massage it. He wouldn't have to blow it up and start all over again.
They wouldn't have to blow it up, although his patience with Kwame's so thin, he'd have 2 high schoolers, twice as many high schoolers in Chicago, but still, GM is a better way to go.
He could not coach. It's
and every time he's ever been asked about coaching, what does he say?
He says no. No.
None
of the superstars can coach. They don't have the patience. Let's go. What's next?
Toss-up, who's more cursed, Grant Hill or Ken Griffey Jr.?
It's Ken Griffey Jr., and here's why. Everything was going very, very well in Seattle. He wasn't even injured in Seattle. He was a great player in Seattle. He said, I want to be closer to home. Well, home is Tampa. Cincinnati's not that much closer to home. Now, if you notice what happened, he's had different injuries every year. Hamstring, knee, shoulder. If you believe in the baseball gods, they have indeed cursed him.
Well, I don't believe in the baseball gods, but here's what Ken Griffey Jr. did have. 10 full, relatively healthy seasons. And he was great.
Yes.
But in Cincinnati, they're nobody's favorite, okay? In Orlando, where Grant Hill, by the way, was healthy in Detroit.
He was
only
healthy.
6 seasons and an All-Star. Yeah, but Grant Hill, if they had him now, if Orlando had him now, they would be the favorite in the East if they had him. He's
not cursed. He's had the same injury time and time again.
How many operations can he have?
Different injuries.
At least he had 10 full years.
It's punitive with Griffey. What's next?
10 full years.
Toss up, time to talk some hockey, fellas. Who you got, the defending champion Red Wings or the field?
Well, obviously I took the field against Tiger. I'm going to take the field against the Detroit Red Wings. They no longer have Hasek in goal. They no longer have Scotty Bowman as the coach. All the guys who were old last year are a year older. I'm going to take the field against the Red Wings.
I'm going to take Detroit.
Why?
14-2 since Steve Yzerman's come back. When he's healthy, they're still the best. My reservation is Cujo has a 2.49 goals against. That's a little dangerous. But if you're looking to take the field, Tony, you would probably take Marty Turco in Dallas because he's having the best year
take Colorado.
since Tony Esposito.
I would take Ottawa. I just think it's too many people that they're going to have to go through, and they don't have all the things they had last year.
It's like adding one of the great players of all time at the end of a stretch.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
I'm taking Detroit.
What's next?
Toss up, last one. Which team is more troubled, the Seminoles or the Trailblazers?
This is the Florida State Seminoles, and here's why. This year they had 2 starting quarterbacks. One of them slept through a final, got the boot. One of them was arrested on gambling charges. Just yesterday, I believe, one of their wide receivers was arrested on marijuana and a loaded gun. And you would say, well, that's only 3 guys. That's a good year for them on arrests. In 97, 98, they had 17 guys. This is college, Mike.
Since Bob Whitsitt took over the basketball operations in Portland in June of 1994, the Blazers have had 15 arrests and citation and over 20 league or team suspensions. And see, Florida State has had a couple of 100 guys in that time. Portland has a dozen.
That's the
15.
pros. We're talking about college. We're talking about college. Who's running
We're talking about battery and domestic abuse charges.
Once
what are you
again,
saying?
I've humiliated Will Bonner in front of a national television audience.
On
Time for a break, but don't go anywhere because we still got to talk about the San Francisco Giants and what's behind their impressive start.
Humiliation.
Might be that guy. Might be that guy.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
This is the latest. This isn't. This is the latest. This isn't. And when it comes to athlete's foot, this is the latest. This isn't. Lotramin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. Lotramin Ultra, the latest advancement for relief of itching and burning.
The latest cure, so ultra-powerful, one use a day is all you need. Nothing's proven to be stronger or faster, and nothing's newer. Lotrimin Ultra, the killer cure.
4 out of 5 dentists surveyed would recommend Trident for their patients who chew gum. But what about the 5th dentist? One thing's for sure, new improved Trident has longer-lasting flavor.
New cinnamon sticks from Pizza Hut. They're free when you order a large pepperoni pizza for just $9.99. That's right, a large pepperoni pizza for $9.99, plus 10 of our new mouth-watering, freshly baked cinnamon sticks free. At Pizza Hut.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up, man? Well?
Well, what?
Aren't you going to say something?
About what?
Forget it. What's the matter? I can't believe I changed my hair and you guys don't even notice.
You're not a woman. Why use a woman's gel? Introducing Suave for Men Sport Gel. Holds just as good as her brand for half the price. New Suave for Men.
4 out of 5 dentists surveyed would recommend Trident for their patients who chew gum. But what about the 5th dentist? One thing's for sure, new improved Trident has longer-lasting flavor.
The ultimate competition is at hand. The Maple Leafs versus the Flyers and the Bruins versus the Devils. Wednesday at 7 on ESPN and ESPN2. Will you be watching?
Tonight on SportsCenter, how these Frosh led the Qs to its first. The Vols try and stop this junior from her second. What could prevent a Tiger three-peat? And LA's quest for 4 rolls on against Big D. SportsCenter, 6 Eastern, ESPN.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
Time to get the happy happies on the day. Happy 63rd birthday, John Havlicek. He would run all game long, never sweat. One of the greatest players, greatest winners in basketball history. 16 NBA seasons with the Celtics, 8 NBA titles, 3 times to the final game at Ohio State, 1 championship. Most famous teammates at Ohio State?
Jerry Lucas and Bob Knight, your boy. How deep was the NBA talent pool and how deep were the Celtics?
Larry Siegfried
that Havlicek could be
there.
the 6th man.
Happy anniversary, Hank Aaron. On this day in 1974, you hit your 715th home run, breaking the Babe's record. Was the Braves' home opener that year. He hit it off Al Downing, who would later say, whenever he looked at a clock, quote, I never say 7:15, I always say a quarter after 7.
In 20 years, Tony, we're going to look back. A-Rod, Bonds, and Sosa will have passed Henry Aaron.
All of them?
All of them.
Happy trails, Darryl Strawberry. You've been released from prison. You served part of an 18-month sentence for parole violations. Look, we've seen him released from prison before. Let's hope we don't have to see it again.
No, let's hope the best for his son, DJ Strawberry, who's going to be playing not far from here for University of Maryland's basketball team as a freshman next season.
Stat Boy says nothing major, so the pinup is out of the show. Sorry, girls. We're running out of show. You ready for the big finish?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Here we go. The New Orleans Hornets will move to the Western Conference to make way for the new Charlotte team. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely. Good geography lesson for the kiddies. The San Francisco Giants are undefeated. What's the secret?
It's got to be Felipe Alou. He's the big new thing.
Yeah.
Felipe Alou, what do you think? Byron Leftwich's workout. He's your boy.
Yes, he is.
It reportedly went well, so will he go top 5?
Yes. And I'd like him to go top 4 to the team that I'm drinking on this mug. The Chicago Bears could use another quarterback, too. Sorry, Cordell. Georgia named Dennis Felton of Western Kentucky to replace Jim Herrick. Is he a good hire?
It's a good hire. I thought it would be Tim Floyd. Who do you think
a good hire.
would be?
I thought Lon Kruger.
So
Dennis Felton is paid as
we're both wrong.
coach.
Mavs at the Lakers tonight where they've lost 24 straight. Who you got?
I think it's going to go to 25 straight, and that's why Dallas is going to wind up
Even
in the
without
third
the big towels,
slot.
even without the smoothies, we're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow. I got the smoothie.
Picking
right
against
here.
Cubes, huh?
Picking with Shaq.